This one phrase is blocking your growth. People love to say, well, that's just how I am. They say it like a full sentence, like that ends the conversation. But let me ask you something. Is that really who you are? Or is it just who you've always been and you haven't been willing to grow? You've been scared to change things because there's a big difference between who you really are and your unwillingness to break habits. So when I hear people say, well, that's just how I am, what they're really telling me is that they're just used to these habits and they don't want to challenge them. It sounds confident, but it's actually just avoidance. If you want a better life, then you need to stop calling avoidance empowerment because it's not. You're not owning it, you're avoiding it. Avoidance doesn't always look like fear. Sometimes it hides behind confidence. We say things like this all the time. I'm not the emotional type. I don't do routines. Or I've always been bad at that. And we say it with like a sense of pride, like it makes us grounded or self-aware. But those aren't traits. That's not who you are. Those are just patterns. And they were usually formed as protection. Maybe you don't open up emotionally because you've been taught it's been unsafe for you to be vulnerable. Maybe you avoid routines because deep down you believe that you're not going to stick to them. So you reject them before they have the chance to expose you. So I challenge you to ask yourself, are you really not the emotional type? Or are you just scared of what might come up if you are emotionally vulnerable with someone? Are routines really not for you? Or are you struggling with discipline? And it's so much easier to just label it than to actually deal with it. And these are the kind of habits and conversations that keep us stuck. And so if you're walking around with these habits that no longer serve you, that is not strength. That is stagnation and you are stalling your growth. Are you sure that's just who you are? Or do you keep choosing the same habits? Are you really a bad texter or I'm bad about calling people back? Or do you just avoid communication and hope people get the hint? Are you just always late? Or do you have terrible boundaries with your and other people's time? Are you just blunt? Or do you use that as a cover to avoid learning how to express yourself with intention? So stop branding our bad habits as if they're core values, because just labeling it as, well, that's just who I am, doesn't make it less dysfunctional. It just keeps you stuck repeating those habits. And stuck is the opposite of empowerment. If it doesn't serve who you're becoming, then that's not a trait, it's a trap. These are really good questions to ask yourself to see if it's a trait or a trap. Does this part of me help me become more clear, more free, and more calm? Does this habit help me support a healthy relationship that I want? Does it support the kind of success that I want? If not, then it's not you. It's a block. And the best part is blocks can be removed. 4 real steps to break those patterns that keep you stuck. Number 1, catch yourself. Notice when you say it. Notice your language. Oh, I'm just like that. No, that moment is your clue, so pay attention to what you're defending. Number 2, name the habit, not the identity. It's not that you're just not a people person, it's just that you've been burned before and you're tired of forcing conversations. And that is a real honest observation, and that is something you can use to work with. Number 3, ask yourself, is this aligned with the version of me that I'm becoming? If you say you want peace, but you're defending chaos, that's on you. But this is where the real change happens, as soon as you start having these conversations and recognizing these things. And number 4, choose better even if it's uncomfortable, because honey, it will be uncomfortable. You don't become empowered by repeating what's familiar. You become empowered by making different, sometimes difficult choices. The bottom line here is that empowerment begins with honesty, and that honesty are truthful conversations with yourself. You're allowed to grow. You're allowed to say, well, I used to be like, or that used to be me, but not anymore. You're allowed to change your story. So stop hiding behind the idea that it's just your personality trait. It's not just how you are, it's how you have been. And now you have permission to choose something better.